What's up, bag holders? I'm excited to bring you this one today because there is a lot to discuss in the main account. Which, if you watched the public account video previously, you might be a little confused by that, but that's how money works. The more you got, the more opportunities you can seize. So, let's catch up the spreadsheet at first. So, we talked about the options contracts yesterday. Apple. Did get filled. We talked about that yesterday. It filled on the video, I believe. Uh, our donation to the charity went through. We were able to buy the QQQY. And then big news this morning, if you follow the website, links in the description for those that are interested, but I had a huge moment today. And that was the sell of Verizon. I've been holding this sucker for a long time. And it sold today, which is kind of ironic because I've been working so hard to average the other ones down, right? That it's strange that this one actually ended up being the one that sold first. But this was a huge position. Damn near 5 figures for me. That's a lot for me. I'm not a super rich guy, but this was a big one, and it just helps build conviction time and time again that yeah, I had this thing over a year. How crazy is that? But it builds conviction that you know, if you never say die and you don't take the freaking loss, um, then it'll come through. It's not if, it's when, right? So there's that. That triggers a obviously a sizable donation to the charity. Try to remember to do that. MDU filled yesterday, which was our um, play on spinoffs. And then we have a few more of these to go before we do the money distribution. So we'll move this guy back down to the main list. This is actually the top dog right now of Dogs of the Doubt for those of you who pay attention for that. I'm not really a big fan of the company, but opportunity, man. All right, so we'll go through the list here on the swing trades, and spoiler alert, none of them are really that great. So I'm actually more excited to share them with you because it will show a little more reality into the portfolio. So we've had this one since 10/18. It's my boy's birthday. All right, and I was able to sell for $154.94 per share. And that takes an annualized return to 3.33%. And this is what I've been waiting for, is to have some of these come through. Oh no, it was a 3.33% return. Annualized was 12.52. Still beats the S&P. We good to go. No worries. But some of these will fall short. And this one needs to go back down to the big group. All right, next one was GPC. I love businesses like this because we had two buys. There we go. 1, 2. And you see there's not much margin here. 144.23 what we were able to get out. So actually pretty good price for the day. It looks like I added these twice, so we'll get to clean up the spreadsheet. I know this isn't the most exciting for you, but that's okay. This is not the clown show. Oh, maybe it is, and I just don't know it. Maybe it is. That was a 1.97% return for an annualized 6.9% return. So there's one that underperformed. So when I get through the rest of these, we'll go back through and get the average. Lancaster, right here. We sold the Cracker Company. That's top dog. Tried this a while. 176 even per share. What I was able to get for a 2.41% return. For an 8.16% return annualized. Lackluster, right? And if we got them all together, Cisco. So we're cleaning house here. This one, we had two, so we're right in the middle. And you know I've been talking about this stupid yellow line, but it's for whatever reason, price, it respects that line. So we do have a pending dividend for both of these. So that will not be factored in. So our return is actually a little better than what it shows. But it was almost break even. And I want to talk about this one because I decided to go ahead and sell it, not because it was such a big gainer, but we were in profits. It's right at the 70. It's on the 200, and there's something about being in the flow. Okay, it already went against us, right? So it doesn't matter how much you want it to go up, and maybe it will reverse. I don't know. Nobody knows. But I decided to get out for a 0.15% return, which is a 0.54% return annualized, but it frees up this capital to put into something else. So that's what I sold. Sold today. Looks like I've got some stuff to clean up on the spreadsheet. But all of these can go. We'll just take them all at the same time. So I'm cleaning house, and it's good to get used to the capital again. And then we'll hit it again. Rinse and repeat. I've got some old ones in here, man. There's some of these that never got filled out. Those expediters. I got some dupes in the sheet. Problem is, the only person to blame is me. Maybe I didn't save it. Or I shut the damn computer off. You know, I'm pretty good on that. Well, I'll have to clear up the sheet. But if we just run what we got, the average is still a 53.23% return. So an average, is going to take the good and the bad. So I do think that number will come down a little bit. Nobody's making those kind of returns long term, but I do think it's a quick way to increase the cash flow to then get it into the investing account, which is the overall big picture. So let's go ahead and go back into our commodities and get back in the process. The market was up, so we're not going to be flipping anything. You see here, Bitcoin finally starting to maybe come back, but we're buried in it. We're just hanging on. We've got all these commodities. We're just holding on. It's all good. These are kind of commodities that don't produce anything that people just hold anyway, right? So that's what we're doing. It's not on my brain, but if I have a chance to compound them, you bet I will. Now we're looking for a swing trade entry or sell price to put in. It was tempting to go ahead and cut the apple. It went up first day. And people ask, well, if it's so simple, why doesn't everybody do it? It's because it's very emotional. The 62 there. Looks like we need to break out. We just bought it right here. We're just flat even, So I'm trying to give it some time. A lot of volume. Nothing going. So now we're just looking for a swing trade entry. Then I'll fix my freaking spreadsheet here. It's important to keep your own records because the system will feed you as much bull as you will eat, right? It's all you can eat buffet. Financial BS. All right, so we didn't really have anything on the radar. I don't think that was getting close. But we're just walking the dog around the yard, and just to make sure he knows where the boundaries are. Keep a pulse on the market. Try to go as quickly as possible. Boom. So that one looked good. Yeah, that's one we sold today. But even taking the smaller gains, you can't get too greedy. I just want to be in flow with the market. So if it's hitting the 70, there's leg, it's close. Yeah, that's when we'll be stalking. I want to be able to buy it again when I have 30 RSI like this, right? And not only not build a big position with a weird cost basis, but be able to start my cost basis all over again so that when I sell it, I have higher profits on the next one. Because I'm going to buy all of them, all the setups, as long as provided I have capital, which that situation got a lot better this morning. So we're getting there. I got some of my tax documents too. I just got to make sure. I'm usually good on taxes, but there's something about it. I want to make sure it's right. And then I'll go more aggressive back in the markets. It's been kind of boring anyways in the market, so. But a lot to sell today. It was good. We don't really have much left on the list. A lot of these came really close, but didn't really snag to 30. So curious to see what happens in the next few days. We got a big ex-dividend date coming up for Pfizer, which is another one of my big positions. And we've got a lot of options activity there, so I'm curious to see how that goes. I expect the stock to move. If it doesn't, it's cool. We'll just collect premiums like always. But there's Boeing that's fixing to hit. And look, this business is having real problems. But remember when we're swinging, we are only looking at technicals. Okay. So you can see how far apart the moving averages are. So it's either going to take a large price movement up, which this is the exact same shape that we took on Apple. It went straight up real fast. Or it will have to go sideways for a while and let the moving averages catch up. So this will be a while before we can take this, unless it's like up 20% tomorrow or something, which could happen too. But regardless of how we get there, if the setup triggers, you better bet your ass I'm taking it. All right, that's it. So for the swing trade stuff, what do we got left? Just these. That's it. It's hanging on, and most of those are going to be lackluster. Besides, obviously, Apple, and a lot of the other ones where we only have one position, we didn't actually average down again. A lot of those can still get out pretty decent, but look for that average to come down. But we'll keep sharing it with you. 53 is still pretty good, but if we keep it around 20, 30, maybe 40, I don't know. We'll see. Uh, that's excellent. And remember, this is just part of the strategy. Just really only if I have extra cash going. Same with the options, even though I try to commit to do at least one a week. And then we're just flipping. But right now, the market has went straight up every day. And there's not been a whole lot of opportunity to get any flips in. You can see, essentially, since October, we've had a few red days, but there wasn't much on the screener for these. On this correction, we actually got some, and here we had some opportunity as well. But they were all pretty low quality companies, and we didn't have a big time to build a big position. So we're making the best with what we got. And remember, this is why the investing account is so important, because we do not get left behind. The money in that account is running right with the market, and everything's cool. So I hope y'all have a great evening, and we're doing it, man. Are you doing it too? Let me know. What'd you sell? Let me know down below. But that's all I got. Have an awesome evening, and we'll hit it again tomorrow.